Oh, it started. It started. Uh-oh. We're having some issues. It started. Please refresh. Sounds like there are some technical difficulties happening in the ether space somewhere. Woohoo! Yeah, Moss, welcome to the stream. I wonder how long that was on the starting soon screen. Hopefully not too long. We're gonna go through here. So the plan is to scroll through here. I said scroll, but really page through. That's my digital speech is still coming through pretty heavily. You can see again, you have new eyes. Yes, wonderful. I'm glad. What a weird way to start the stream if it got stuck on. I wonder if it's because I navigated away from the stream studio page. I don't know, that's bizarre. I didn't know it could do that. Well, let's do just an absolute brief recap of the first 7 minutes of stream that may or may not have been streaming. I might have to sneeze first. But first things first, we have the comic book art fight. We have a winner. It was werewolves, team vampires and werewolves, but werewolves just barely beat team vampire in point total. So congratulations to my werewolves. And obviously, we are so grateful for the team vampires as well, because it wouldn't be as much fun without somebody to draw for. So, all good there, and we'll see you all again next year for the next one. I do hope that this new comic stream is going to inspire you guys the way that Art Fight did to continue drawing. And I am gonna skip the song. It's just not. I don't think it's serving me right now. So we're gonna jump to something else. This is a little better. I like this one a little better. Stream Elements has accepted responsibility. Yeah, it's their fault. We'll just roll with that. It's all on Stream Elements. One day, Stream Elements is gonna revolt for all the abuse it takes, and all the blame it takes. But yeah, so Art Fight results, check. New streaming series, kind of. We're actually just returning to the one we interrupted for Art Fight. So check. We're doing the comic collab. Now here's the wrench in the gears, okay? I was trying to tell you guys that I have mounted, I got rid of the Easter egg basket full of colored pencils, the unsorted basket of pencils that I've been using for the stream in the past where all these colors came from. You know, my childhood supplies. And I mounted them on the wall. So I'm gonna show you guys that real quick. We have this, which is where they are now. They're up on my wall back here behind me. But it makes, even though they're nice, sorted, and organized by color, it makes it harder to like get them and bring them back here. I'd have to either grab all my colors that I know I'm gonna need, which would be impossible because we don't have a script for this, we make it up as we go. Or my other plan, my alternative idea that we're gonna try out today is we're actually just going to use these new Prismacolor pencils and hopefully get a much nicer color result. We'll see. But it also comes with the added challenge that I'm gonna have to color match for any established canonical characters that are already in the book. The colors are already on the pages. We're gonna have to kind of like match them as we move forward. So that is sort of like the setup. Summoner of Guy, time to eat. It's always time to eat on stream. We are a food forward stream. We are a food friendly channel. So in order for us to move forward, let's go ahead and page through what we have so far very quickly, and then I'm gonna bring the camera in, zoom it in a little closer for actually watching what we're drawing. But for right now, what we have here is page 1 and page 2 from our OG stream, the very first one. And we have Chase here with his books, looking at this abandoned cart. Earl here, who is also checking out the cart, thinking maybe he can acquire some spare parts from this thing. A bird's eye view, this little rumble in the ground, and out pops our Sprout friend here. And actually, would it be possible, I think it is, to get just a better look at this? So here we have, so much better, Now we can see Dave coming out of the ground, and Zelda, of course, on the front end of the cart here. And of course, everybody wants to call dibs on this supply cart. And that's basically what we started with. That was our prompt, our initial idea. We didn't know what we were doing, but we were doing it. And that's when we introduced a Lily Bee. And so here, what makes it yours? Front of my row, technically it doesn't make it yours. Candy, the kangaroo, joined our cast. And Mrs. Claus down here, but not Santa's Mrs. Claus, just to be clear, just a Mrs. Claus is down here. So, page 3, stream 3. Let me flip the book once more. I do need to work on my overall setup here to make this a little bit more space friendly, but we work with what we got, right? We introduced our bandits, who, if you remember, spoiler, we just voted off the island kind of in the last one. So here are our bad guys all dropping in. Here's their team group shot here. And some of my personal favorite panels that we've done so far. We have these two of Crumbleton Batterson III and Candy Lamity. And then the, I guess, plot device or catalyst. So first we tied them all in with a little bit of we added some backstory here, basically saying that people that were hiding on page 2 owned the cart. The people that dropped in on page 3 were the ones that accosted the cart. And now they're all at a loss because there actually are no supplies left. They ruined them, and now what are they going to do? So supplies are ruined. See? That's the brief summary of it. Which brings us to here where we introduced Mia. We're getting closer to today's page, so just bear with me. We're gonna go back through this and then we're gonna make it to today's page. Mia points out that the Royal Bake Off is that way, so off to the kingdom the entire team proceeds. And this is all the characters that we had added to the book at this point, so we had ourselves a large cast already. And we got out of the forest and off to the beach for a little bit of a scene change, which leads us to our new plot device. We are having ourselves a Royal Bake Off, and so they had to team up into teams. And that's our first team. Here we had the Bakery Bandits doing a little bit of thievery and such, like they do. And then our other team, Team 2. And our host joined us in this panel. So this is where we gained Lurking Tony's character, the host of the Bake Off. And a quick lineup of our original team, so these 3. And our supply guy joined us here. So this character, Felix, came to us on this stream. And we're getting closer, we're getting closer, we're getting closer. Moss says, I read the comic on Discord, the puns from that one character, Muffin. Yeah, the Muffin puns are so good. And that's why I'm not literally reading panel for panel to you guys. I'm just sort of showing you the previous art and telling you kind of basically what happened. Because I don't want to bog the stream down and eat up your time when plenty of you guys have already read this. So we're just kind of taking a look and then moving on. So here we had round 1 of the Bake Off, and that was the breakfast round. So here they are. Getting off to a start, this team made some salmon cream cheese toast. This team made M&M pancakes. They made them in the oven. That's why they're baking them in these tin cake pans, because everything's baked, right? That's also a challenge for you guys. You guys got to come up with what are they baking, because it's a bake-off. It can't just be any cook-off, it's a bake-off. And here we have the royal family who are obviously judging this competition. Some nefarious, no good deeds happening right here, some sugar and salt swappage. And the introduction of another character. Bing's character, Bing, who was in the chat, gave us this character, and he became the royal taste tester for this competition. Baked pizza, the reason will become clear. I feel like pizza is an obvious choice. We have to at some point do pizza, or we've squandered such a great opportunity. Pizza has to happen, and we are in the lunch round, right? So now is a good time. Lunch or dinner is a good time for a pizza. Here we go. Obviously, the salt instead of sugar didn't go over well. These guys are debating, and while I say they're debating, the truth is you all voted in the chat on what to do, and here's what you guys decided to do about our cheaters. The winners of the breakfast team round went to Team Chef Turkey, which was the ones who were sabotaged. And for the unsportsmanlike conduct, the Team Bakery Bandits have been eliminated. Which was completely your guys' choice, but you guys took it a step further. And you wanted them to not just be eliminated from the competition, but to be hauled off to the dungeon. So let's introduce, so you can tell we're at the last page now because it's not colored yet. Let's introduce a couple more characters. We have Ghost Anna here, who is the enforcer in this kingdom and who is single-handedly dragging the entire team, the entire Bakery Bandits team, off to the dungeon. Where all cheaters go, the dungeon. There we are. Which brings us to the most recent additions to our comic. Pizza Demon Chan, the father-son duo, and our boba tea barista, who Mock is introducing here, and who will be added to each team, each of the 3 remaining teams, as new teammates for the next challenge. And that's the lunch round, see? And just in case we forgot, which we won't, we have the new team, like team shots, right? Like, so here are the lineups now for the new team setups with their additional characters, all in pencil. Obviously with art fight happening, I didn't have time to finish this as I had hoped. But that said, it does give us a great opportunity to test out some new colors. So there's a couple of options we have here, and I'm gonna let you guys decide. We can line and color this page and test out the new colored pencils and see how does it look with Prismacolor pencils. How much of a difference does it truly make to use Prismacolor? We can try it, or we can just leave this for now, work on the next page, and I can come back to that in my own spare time. So I say spare time sparingly because we all know that doesn't really exist. That's a myth. It's like a unicorn. There's no such thing as spare time. But some random guy says, I've been thinking that Pizza Demon Chan has mind control, but it only works to make people lust after pizza. Pizza Demon Chan's team is down here. So team of the Crop. That was their team name, Team of the Crop, because I can tell Dave's down here. That's Team of the Crop. So that would be the team influenced by the Pizza Demon Chan pizza influence. We have ourselves over here. Oh gosh, Team Fungi Hops a lot. We've got the bunny and the kangaroo. And of course, Chef Turkey here, if it wasn't obvious by the giant turkey chef. So, Moss says, how does one get their character into this comic when the time comes? Yes, some random guy already answered it. You submit them over Discord, and if you cannot submit them over Discord, I can provide an email address that you can send them to, but I do prefer Discord just because it eliminates a lot of different steps that we would have to take to do an email submission. So if you do have Discord, the link to my Discord channel or server, my Discord server, is down in the description of this video. You can join it if you haven't joined it already, and submit your character in the art gallery channel, I believe. And I'm checking that right now. I believe it is just called, it's under art channels, yeah, just art gallery. So you would just submit it there, and you can tag me so that I see it. Just at me in the Discord and submit the photo of the character, the reference, and that's how we get them. So if you would already have a character that you're thinking about adding to the comic, you can submit them now. You don't have to wait until I call for new characters. You can go ahead and submit them, and that way I know that we have characters in the queue, you know, waiting in the wings to be added to the comic, and that way I will know it's a good time to proceed to a new character plot devices, like to add them to the story. All right, I might as well go for it now. Yeah, if you have a character ready, go ahead and submit them, but just know what you're getting into. we are in the middle of a food competition. Are you in the Discord? Says Moss to some random guy. Yes, they are. Before she became a demon. Yeah, I saw that. Where did I see it? Because I feel like I definitely saw it yesterday, maybe? I definitely did see it because I noticed that you had submitted it. I found it. I saw it. I think you did a great job. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing some line work on these lineups while we chat this morning and while we come up with some new and fun ideas. Coffee first though. I have to yawn and drink some coffee because I'm so tired. I know we're all at different time zones. It is 9:21 a.m. for me, which is early. I think it's early, especially on a Sunday, right? So it is early to be up and streaming on a weekend at 9 a.m. But nothing quite like Sunday morning comics, right? What time is it for you in your time zone? Let me know if anybody else is suffering the morning fog brain, or is it just me? Alright, so this jazz music is nice, but also it's kind of making me a little sleepy. We're gonna pick something else. Oh no, I don't know that that's any better. Hang on. It is a little better. I think that's... Okay, so for Bing, it is 12:23 and it feels like the day is half over. You must have gotten up early if you feel like your day is half over, or you have FOMO if you slept in too much and you're worried you lost half your day. Moss says you're in EST, so it's 12 p.m. for you, but you're still very tired. Did you guys stay up late? I know it is Saturday, which means, who knows, like, Sunday is kind of like, do what you want, you know? Like, on your own time. Free time, you don't have to, like, go to bed early, unless you do have Sunday commitments, but I'm gonna kind of assume, since you're here, that it's not that serious. Some random guy, it is 5:22 there, so it's either afternoon or already evening for some of you guys. It's not quite morning, so I hope you don't mind suffering through my fog brain this morning, since I might be the only one who's not fully awake right now. Although, who is it that said? Moss said that they were still very tired, so I'm not alone. I'm not completely alone there. So yeah, I appreciate your guys' patience with me as we figure this out. And of course, once you submit a character, if it's in the Discord, just let me know in the YouTube chat, and we can flip screens and go check it out. But I think, as a brief warm-up, we'll start just by doing a little bit of work on this page, and we can kick around some ideas for the next page, and then once we have kind of something that has inspired us, we can just stop midway here and move on to the next page and start doing that new idea. And I feel like, because I'm drawing the cowboy right now, this music is so fitting for the cowboy. Moss says that you stayed up until 1:30 a.m. last night, and you don't usually do that. Yeah, it can be a bit of like a shock to your system, especially if you're not used to doing that. It can certainly be like a, whoa, I don't know how I feel about this kind of feeling. I went to bed, I think, at 10:30 last night, so pretty normal for me. Pretty normal time to go to bed. But I'm still tired. I've been on, like, coffee reduction all week, so just 1 cup. And I've, like, limited myself, and I've been really, really strict about it. Like, I've really stuck to it. So, I'm still feeling super tired on weaning off of coffee. But, I am told that eventually it will feel fine, like it'll feel normal and I won't need the coffee anymore. I don't know if that's true because it doesn't feel very true right now. But, you know, you won't know until you try, so I'm trying. Oh gosh, what is next? Something called Water Park Radio. Whoever told you that is lying? No, that's not good news. No, am I just gonna be tired all the time? That sounds miserable. Alright, let's get this guy some wine right here. Oh no. My coffee dependency is pretty bad. It's very, very bad. You know, people are like, don't let your kids drink coffee. It'll like stunt their growth or whatever. Like there's all kinds of reasons why they're like, don't let your kid drink coffee. I don't know how accurate any of that is, but what I do know is I started drinking coffee when I was 10 years old. Probably shouldn't have. And now I do feel, like genuinely feel so dependent on it. It's not great, I tell you. It's not great. So we kind of got like, I was sort of just fibbing the shape of this like claw here. I didn't really have like a detailed plan in mind for this arm, so we're just gonna like, we're gonna follow the implied lines and just sort of hope that that looks right and not weird. And if it looks weird, it's too late to fix it because I already went over it with ink. Man, I forced myself to drink coffee when I was like 11 because you really wanted that energy. It is an acquired taste. That's for dang sure. It is such an acquired taste. It definitely doesn't taste good unless, like at first, unless you're like really overloading it with sugar and creamer and like flavored syrups or something. Coffee by itself takes some getting used to. It's not something you're just gonna like drink for the first time and be like, oh, that's so tasty, because it's honestly not. It does not. I feel like anybody who says that is just trying to be tough or something and like tough out the taste. It's not a genuinely good taste. Someone guy, I feel like you're on the same playlist I just used while streaming a day or two ago. Possibly. Really, really possibly if you're using the YouTube Studio Audio library, because that's what I use. Someone guy, I had vegan hot chocolate. Is it good? Hot chocolate's amazing. I remember, man, I have so many good memories with hot chocolate. I feel like, yeah, hot chocolate is just the beverage of choice for like good memories. Like high school football games, I always had hot chocolate. I also like grew up in like the Midwest, in Ohio, where it gets really cold around football season. So hot chocolate's great to have at a football game. And Christmas, of course. Christmas is a hot chocolate, you know, hot chocolate is a Christmassy thing. It's also good for like Thanksgiving, if you're like an American and you do Thanksgiving. Again, it's more around the cold season, so a nice hot beverage is great for that. So is mulled apple cider though, so. But they don't have to be mutually exclusive, you can have both. Hot chocolate is hot chocolate. It has to taste good regardless if it's vegan or not. Yeah, true. And Bing's kids are already hyper most of the time. Yeah, you don't really need coffee. I don't know who thought it was okay to let me have it to begin with, but I got away with having coffee quite a lot, actually. Like, I had it for the first time when I was 10, but then I kept drinking it. Like, nobody stopped me. I don't know why. Why was this okay? This stream is sponsored by hot chocolate. Hardly. Although now I really want one. See, this is what happens. We come to these streams, we talk about consumable things. Usually food, but drinks too. And I'm not, like, it's not like I'm hungry, but I really could go for some hot chocolate right now. Like, that just sounds so good right now. Like, we talked about coffee too, but the hot chocolate just hit the spot, you know? Like, now I really want it. Fun fact, the one we have here in the UK is actually Hershey's, owned by Cadbury, who sell it under both the Aldi supermarket brand and Cadbury's. Only the Aldi one is cheaper, and you love it. Just hot water and job done. Yeah, that too. Prep work for hot chocolate. Man, words. The prep work involved for hot chocolate is just not that demanding, right? Like you can prep yourself, you can make yourself a hot cocoa with like very little effort, big reward. Little effort, big reward. So what's not to love? Hot chocolate for the win. I don't know why I just colored the shadow under the neck in with the outline pin, but that's fine. We're fine. This is cool. We're just gonna continue. And let's give this guy an eye. This is, by the way, for me, I don't know if you guys have noticed, it's probably obvious. This is like the hardest character in this book so far. I've drawn him here. Wait, whoa, let me look at my screen. Can you see this one when I point to this? Yeah, you can see it. I've drawn him here. I'm basically just kind of trying to do the same sort of look and angle here, but only without the turkey body covering up the arms. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like, ooh, dinosaur arms, hands, dinosaur hands, you know? And again, here, but we only got like a tail and a foot of him here. So, you know, it's kind of tough. I don't draw that much animals, but you guys have certainly given me plenty of reasons to here on these streams and these comics, which has pushed me as an artist to develop new skills, which is amazing and I love it. So I'm not mad at it. I definitely like it. Like, okay, so ducks, right? Or, I mean, yeah, I guess they're ducks. Duck characters. Which, by the way, was based on my brother Cody, who came to stream a couple times, his input. He used to have his own little, like, hand-drawn duck comic, only his ducks were, like, a hockey player, and obviously Mighty Ducks was a huge influence, and, like, a ninja, and a football player, and a commander for the army. Like, those were his ducks. But now we've sort of, like, added to his host of ducks with, like, now the, like, royal family of ducks. And we have ourselves a bunny, obviously, from Pilferpuff. This mad scientist bird guy over here, who's a little anthropomorphic. He's not quite a like raven, but he's got, you know, the characteristics. A cat, is of course a cat. Kangaroo lady. So yeah, there's been quite a diverse cast to work with here. Moss says, I'm very literally drooling thinking about hot chocolate and coffee. Yeah. Something about it. Just once you talk about it, your brain and your stomach start communicating and they're like telling you, like, why are we not, we're thinking about hot cocoa, we're thinking about coffee, why aren't we ingesting it? Where's the disconnect here? One should lead to the other. What happened? But then you don't like milk. Do you do yours with yeah, you said just hot water and job done. Okay, yeah, so that's true too. Like, you don't have to make hot cocoa with milk. You can do it, you can pull it off with just water. In fact, that's how I did it, you know, like most of my life growing up. Just a little bit, I guess I should have capped this. It got a little dry while I was sitting there waving my hands around. Just a little hot water and the little packets of like hot cocoa mix, and I was good to go. But then, like, I started doing that, you know, here as an adult in my married life, and my husband kind of was like, what are you doing? Why aren't you using milk? And it had never occurred to me to use milk, and I don't know why. I guess just because you know what you know. And what I knew was adding hot water to hot cocoa packets. And then I tried it with hot milk, and it's very good. But I think it works either way. One's not better than the other. It's all about personal preference. It's about using what you have. If you don't have milk, but you do have cocoa packets still left over from like your previous grocery run. Yeah. Ingenuity, right? And utility, using what you have. I don't know. I might just be making stuff up at this point. But it sounds good. Swiss Miss is and will always be terrible. You're not a fan, I take it. Not even when it comes with the little marshmallows? The little mini marshmallows that come with the Swiss Miss? You're still like, pass? You're like, no thank you? Or would you drink it if you had it? Like if it was there, if that was your option, a packet of Swiss Miss, would you still say no? Or would you bite the bullet and be like, all right, I'll do it for the mini marshmallows? No mini marshmallow mercy. Ouch. No mercy for the mini marshmallows. Man, that's harsh. Hi, Crazy Crafter Prime. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. We're just discussing hot cocoa and coffee, but mostly hot cocoa at this point because it is new territory and we're all kind of sharing our hot cocoa insights right now. And Bing has just called out Swiss, what was it? It was Swiss Miss hot cocoa, and he is like throwing down the gauntlet. He said no thank you to Swiss Miss. Pass. Like hard pass. No mercy. Not even for mini marshmallows. Because Swiss Miss does have the box that comes with the mini marshmallows. You always see them next to each other in the stores, like with and without. And if you had the option, I don't know why would you ever choose without mini marshmallows. I just don't understand. It's like you only buy the without marshmallows when the with marshmallows is out at the store. Crazy Crafter Prime disagrees. They like Swiss Miss hot chocolate. So there you go. There's an audience for everyone. There's a consumer base for everything. Alright, we're gonna just like add some like pants on this papa here because his legs are high enough up where we would see the pants. And I feel like I could zoom in even. You guys are seeing me do this line art from so far away. Oh gosh, let's focus the camera first. Dang. Can I get a focus on this lens? Is that a no? Is it just like absolutely not? We're not doing this? It's like you're shaking the camera too much, lady. We're not doing this. I was trying. I wanted it to look better. Man. Maybe if I just zoom in a little bit that way. Are you talking about expensive brand products? Yeah, we only do the cheap ones. Oh, this colored marshmallows, that's right, I forgot that exists. They do have the multicolored marshmallow packs. Yeah. I would rather get Swiss Miss with the mini marshmallow. Yeah, 100%. I think that it's just, I don't understand why anybody, did you just see me do that? I just tried to zoom. Hang on while I take another sip of coffee because this ain't cutting it. I like how I just tried to zoom in my my drawing book just now, my sketchbook. You do that when reading a book, you try to zoom? Or a magazine. Yeah, the digital era has converted, it has changed us. We're not how we used to be. Things are not the same. Things aren't as they were. All right, let's put like this part of the marshmallow tongue like that, because he's carrying a marshmallow tongue. I think I made that like little handle bit down here a little bit crooked, but it'll be okay. Gosh, I can't believe I did that. Oh man. So this guy here, if I push the book to the side a little bit, we'll be able to see on this side. Our boy here that's always snoozing, that's this guy. So like, I tried to make it, I was about to do it again, you guys. I can't believe I was about to do it again. I tried to make him look sleepy by like giving him closed eyes, a little drool, and that little, you know, like sigh thing that people draw. Crazy Crafter Prime says, I tried to do something like last night and it failed because I was pressing the wrong keys when handling the game I coded for it. Well, at least you figured out what was going wrong. That's a win. It's frustrating when it takes you a while to figure out like what you're doing wrong, but like, it's great when you do because you can move forward. Some random guys, stay back. I'm not the man you used to know. Yeah, we've changed. Digital life has changed us. I'm gonna zoom this in a little bit more even. Oh man. Oh, that's so good. I didn't know I could do that. I know the camera's shaking. It'll stop once I take my hands off of it. But I needed to touch it to zoom it in. That's really clear compared to like 3xing to the other lens, because that was definitely not clear. But yeah, just doing that worked. Woo, that's good. Yay. And let's see, I have enough space on my desk to move the book up and down. So there we go. We can literally scroll, at least for you guys, scroll the book. Man, oh man. So, we are moving into the, let me try to get back on topic. It's okay if we derail again. I don't mind derailing, it's just casual here. But thinking about I wish I could zoom me in. Like, you guys got zoomed in. I wish I could zoom in and like see better to draw this. This is like such a tiny little line. There we go, for his mouth. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. We're heading into the lunch round, and these are our 3 remaining teams. The teams that have not been carted off to jail, for cheating. So, real quick, these 3 teams are who we're working with. And we need some ideas for the lunch round. It can be food ideas, it can be like situational. If you guys wanted to make it a little bit more dramatic or exciting, if you got ideas for like, oh, you have to do it via smell test to pick your ingredients or something. I don't know. Hello, Slither. Welcome to the stream. Don't worry about being late. You're good. We were just talking about what to do for the lunch round because breakfast round is over and we're now moving into the lunch round of our Royal Bake Off. But to do that, we're going to need some ideas on where to begin. Aside from what we have so far, which is our competing teams. These 3 teams in these 3 boxes. Team 1, Team 2, Team 3. So we've got teams. It's a bake-off, so we gotta think baking-wise. And here's another thing we haven't really talked about. What do we want to do about location? Are we gonna stay on the beach like they've been outside this whole time? Like here we are, that's the sand behind them. Our winners from round 1 on the beach still. Our ovens, I will say it's made my life easier. Just putting some tables outside and some of these outdoor ovens outside so we can stay outside and continue baking out here on the beach. Or if you guys are tired of seeing the beach, we can do a scene change. So just let me know and we can move to a new location. Inside a volcano? Oh man. Well, I hope whatever you're baking in there for lunch can withstand high temperatures. Or maybe just at that point you're just searing something real quick. Like put it on the tongs, stick it in, pull it out. Like real fast. Because it is gonna be excruciatingly hot inside a volcano. I don't know how many people would have a lot of experience with cooking in a volcano. I feel like that's gonna be a lot of trial and error. They are not gonna be able to rely on expertise because I don't know that anybody would have any. This guy's wearing short sleeves. It's kind of nice, like, even though their outfits are pretty simple, just being able to like make small changes. Like he's got a V-neck long sleeve shirt on. He has a round neck short sleeve shirt on. Done. Different outfits, but simple enough to like, to draw them easily, without getting them mixed up. We can still tell them apart. I mean, it helps he has a cowboy hat, right? We're not gonna mistake him for this guy without that hat. And then we're just gonna tuck his arms behind his back because I don't feel like going out of my way to draw hands on these guys. Not for this. Like his hands are tucked, his are tucked. I guess I could have just left them hanging down at the side. So we can just have them hanging down. We don't gotta tuck them. They're just hanging there. Last one. Let's draw this guy, this Chef Turkey, the captain, if you will, of this team. You like the current scene, but having them be in a new area sounds interesting. Yeah, right? Like, that's kind of how we did with the first think it was like page, oh gosh. Yeah, we've been at the beach for a while. So we started here in the forest, right? Like we were in the woods for a while. We were in the woods for like 4 pages, I think. And then I was like, I'm ready for a change of scene. So we moved to the beach. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages in the woods. And then here at the bottom of this page, you can kind of see a little bit of like the sandcastle here. We moved to the beach. So now we've been at the beach for 1, 2, 3, I don't know if this counts, it's just blank backgrounds. 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. 7 pages at the beach so far. So I think we could move if we wanted to. Maybe a nice prairie and campfire setup. That sounds nice. Yeah, we could do that. With like, they could be sitting around a campfire and have like little logs spaced out maybe. And so we get rid of the tables and it's just like them and their, a medieval version of Glastonbury with baking. I don't know what Glastonbury is actually. That kind of is outside of my wheelhouse of knowledge. You're gonna have to explain that one a little better to me. Turkey pizza! Oh, for shame. This guy's not gonna love that idea. Of course, he's not on Pizza Demon Jan's team, so thankfully it doesn't affect him. I just got back from a outpost camp, so campfire food is stuck in my head. That sounds really fun. I love camping. I've only been camping 2 times now, and both times are on my channel, by the way, if you're interested in seeing those. I've made it this far in my life already without camping until this year. So it's a pretty exciting new experience for me. And I recorded it. And I drew at each of the campsites so that I could share it with you guys on the channel. So if you like camping and you like art, boy, if I get a series for you. I've got my travel sketchbook series full of camping and art. Crazy Crafter Prime, did you see that I suggested s'mores pizza twice now? I did not. I'm glad I saw it the 3rd time. S'mores pizza sounds good. Maybe I just have a sweet tooth. I don't know if it sounds good to everybody, but I'm down for it. I'd be down for some s'mores pizza as long as it's made well and not like, because I see it like being good if it's very desserty, but not if it's very greasy. Like I don't think greasy pizza and chocolate like go together. But I could be convinced with a s'more pizza, like a very sweet, I don't know, like that does not look like a chef's hat. I don't know what I just drew, but that's what he's wearing now. Yeah, I think like if you had like a crust that was kind of like graham cracker, like a graham cracker crust for your s'more pizza, and some Hershey's syrup, or not syrup, but like some Hershey's chocolate for your base, then for sure, yeah, I could see a s'more pizza, definitely. After you finish getting stuff, I sent my character in the art gallery channel. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so we'll check that out once I'm finished lining this turkey. As soon as I'm done basting this turkey. No, lining him, line arting him. We're not basting him, we're not cooking him. I need to reboot the PC as CSP is giving me the silent treatment, so you switch to your mobile. Okay, good luck with the computer being fussy. You're not the only one who has a big sweet tooth. Yeah, it's confectious. Ha ha ha, see what I did there? Confection. My puns, are they any good? Are we down with the Perry puns? Are they cool? Am I one of the cool kids with Perry puns? I don't know, but I'm gonna keep doing it. All right, that's one wing down. A s'mores pizza sounds delicious. Agreed. Yes, it does. I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, me too. And I won't lie, I think it's the best game I've played all year. Yeah. There's so much to it too. Like even, I think I've played it maybe like, gosh. 6 hours maybe. I haven't played it for long. I've like between 2 different sittings, a couple hours each, I've played. So I haven't gotten very far. But I already know like there's just a massive amount of content in there that I haven't even tapped into yet. It's just huge. The game is huge. It's well thought out. The NPCs like all seem pretty well developed, even if you only like run into them once. And they react to you based on who your character is, like based on your build, which is really nice. So long story short, Bing, I agree with you. That game is just amazing already. I've barely played it, and I already think it's just phenomenal. I'm playing a druid, and I gotta say, like, it is so clutch to be able to do wild shape. Especially the spider wild shape is definitely my like go-to at this point because it's so strong. It's so powerful. Crazy Crafter Time. Hey, I got to go. Gotta make sure what I wrote down on a sticky note will work for what failed last night. Good luck. Good luck with fixing the coding issue you were having, and I hope you have a good Sunday. Mosk, you should join Slither. One of us. Chum is bum. Join Slither. Chum, what? You should join Slither. Why? Oh yeah. You still gotta gotta going. What? Hang on. I can read. So you said I still gotta going the Discord. You mean like join the Discord? You should join Slither. Yeah, I might be biased, but I kind of agree. I think you should join us. Yeah, one of us. Okay, so now that I'm caught up, that all makes sense. That's great. We need to erase all these pencil marks now that we have our liner. But before I do that, and I shake the desk, which shakes the camera, we're gonna switch screens real quick to check out the Discord and find out who our new character is. So, we're gonna switch to this screen. We're gonna switch to Discord. We're gonna go to Art Gallery. We're gonna also make the Discord bigger so I can see this. And here we have Moss submitted. Pristine, the second picture is by Chrysaline, the third by Alexander 000 on Art Fight. She's the kind that would probably sacrifice herself for someone she doesn't even know. So she has no self-preservation skills is what I'm hearing. Let's check out this character. So here's reference 1, reference 2, and reference 3. So is this like a Frankenstein character? Yeah, check it out. We have some new art in the Discord. So we have ourselves a kind of Frankenstein-looking character. I love the long sweater, by the way. Nah, she's human, just odd. Was she on Art Bite? I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah, even though it's not my character, just because some of these characters were drawn on Art Bite. So I'm gonna assume that means that they were on. Yep, Moss says yes. This is Christmas music. Okay, so we're gonna find out how we're gonna fit this character into our story. That is one of our goals today. So let's keep that in mind. We already added new characters to each team, and we can't add one more because it would be unfair distribution. Somebody would get one extra that nobody else got, right? So maybe we put them in a completely different role, like how we have a supply runner, we have a taste tester, things like that. We have Mock, we have Lurking Tony's character who's not on a team, they're the MC. We have Ghost Anna, who's not on a team, she's the enforcer. So we have a lot of characters that do belong to you guys that aren't necessarily competing. They have other roles in our combined universe. So the question is, what role? Oh wait, I didn't catch the name. Pristine. Is Pristine the name? I'm assuming Pristine is the name. So the question is, what role are we giving Pristine in our new universe? And I'm gonna grab an eraser. Let me do that. This mechanical pencil has one. Hopefully it's clean enough and it's not gonna smudge like all over the paper. I am playing Christmas music now. This is just happening. But after all that talk about hot cocoa, I don't mind it. Normally I would change it, But man, it feels like, I blame you guys. It feels like a festive stream today for some reason, even though it is still August. I'm gonna let it ride. We're gonna just listen to this now. This is happening. And you all have no one to blame but yourselves if you don't want to listen to this Christmas music. Pristine is the name, yes. But the I in the name doesn't sound like that. But which I? There's two I's in Pristine. Is it Prestine? Is that what you mean? Prestine? This is kind of smudging the pencil, I'm not gonna lie. Or maybe it's not the pencil, maybe I'm smudging the inks. Am I erasing too soon? I felt like I gave it enough time to dry. Maybe it's the eraser. Let's try another one. Because that's getting kind of smudgy. We have this eraser. We can try that. Hi, Perry. Hi, everyone else. Hi, Pilfer. Welcome to the stream. So good to catch you. Are you working today? Are you doing ice cream? You missed the conversation about all the hot cocoa. We were definitely on such a hot cocoa. Why is this like staining my page? This pencil mark is just really not wanting to come off. Do I have another one? Do I have another eraser? Man. This eraser's like out. There's no more. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna find another eraser. We will make this work. It's gonna happen. You're running two machines and get out early. It's exhausting. Well, let's switch this for a second. You want to get home to finish some art you've been working on. That sounds good. It's good to have motivation. It's good to feel inspired and to want to get back to drawing. The I sounds like an E. Pristine? Pristine? Looking for an eraser. I'll be back. So pristine, is that it? Okay. Well, I've got another eraser. Let's see if this works any better. That's how you pronounce pristine. I've always heard it pristine or pristine. Like press, like printing press, not Chris. Like Chris is is and S, press is S. But, you know, we all have different ways of pronouncing things, and I, of all people, know for sure that I don't pronounce everything right, because I have such a tendency toward phonetic reading, saying things phonetically. I do think this eraser is doing a much better job, so that was worth it. That was worth the trip, guys. It's gonna get a little shaky, a little crazy here with the camera, okay? Because it is mounted to the same desk that I'm drawing on, which means if I'm shaking the desk, the camera's gonna shake. I don't have a better setup right now. I apologize. The shaking is only while I'm erasing. I'm sorry. It'll stabilize once we get back to drawing. Okay, that's 3 of well, 4, 5, 6. Let's get this down here by his legs. All right. So for the most part, this cowboy was the hardest to clean up for some reason. But there we go. We have ourselves a little bit of a line there. All right, it's sponsored by hot chocolate. Again, we're back to hot chocolate. I don't blame it. I mean, I'm not mad at it. We can do hot chocolate all day long. We can talk about that until the morning ends. All right, so we were discussing, well, yes, hot chocolate, that's one thing we were discussing, but we were also discussing possible new locations, possible new role for Christine, and I think we'll save the lunch menu for the next stream because we got to figure those things out first before we worry about what we're cooking. I don't think you're the only one watching, Moss. It might be that the YouTube is just like not updating the numbers for current watching viewers because we have other people commenting. Moss, being some random guy, Pilfer are all commenting. So I think YouTube just isn't giving you an accurate count of who all is in the chat right now. So I'm gonna add this little marshmallow in here because somehow we'd missed it. And then I had a chat problem on my phone. You like this song or you don't like this song? Oh, I had this too on your stream. Oh, okay, you had this song on your stream. Did you sort by happy? Because I did. That might be why, if you're getting a lot of the same music as I am. Oh, it wasn't displaying messages. Okay. Yeah, YouTube just, man, I don't know why it is, but like, I mean, YouTube is huge, right? And they're doing a lot all the time. So I'm not mad, and I'm not even disappointed or anything, but sometimes, you know, it doesn't always, you know, keep up with everything. So like sometimes streams are delayed. Sometimes I watch a stream where I'm waiting for it to start, and it already did start, and I have to hit refresh before. I'm like paranoid now, so if I see that the timer ran out and the stream is supposed to be going, but it's not on my screen, I'll hit refresh. Like almost immediately now, because I know not to wait for it to just start, because sometimes it won't. Sometimes it leaves you on the waiting screen, the loading screen. And even though the stream is running, it doesn't always like update for people who are waiting for it to start. It only shows like live for new people who clicked it while it was live. I like the idea of moving to like a campfire setting, but I wonder if that would be better served for the dinner theme, because like at nighttime, campfire, dark skies, you know, like it could just be, it would look like a lot different than doing it at noon, at lunchtime. I mean, it could be, we could move the location anyway, and then like have lunch and dinner there. How about the castle courtyard? That could work too. That would give us some new, we could do like some nice stone walls with like really high grand archways and stuff, you know, like I'm trying to do archways with my hands, but I forgot how zoomed in the camera was on the book, so my hands were like out of the frame. You know, some like cool stone walls, some cool like fancy arches. Hello, Logan Fowler. Welcome to the stream. We were just discussing a new setting for our stream characters to head to for the next chapter of our book. We've been to the forest for the first, I think we said 6 pages, and then we were on the beach for 7 pages. So we're ready for a scene switch up, and we're thinking of places we could go. And if you're interested in submitting a character, if that's something that you were looking forward to doing, we do submissions over Discord, and the Discord link is in the description of our stream. So I'm going to keep lining these while we discuss ideas. I do like the courtyard idea. I do like the campfire idea. I kind of want to put the campfire idea in my pocket for the dinner round, because we did breakfast, we're on lunch, And during dinner, I think campfire would be the most picturesque for a dinner time round because, you know, the scene for like campfire is just way better at night. Logan says I'm actually making a non-comic regular book right now. I just got done with all of the plot and setting up and just finished the first page. Congratulations! Writing a book is really cool. It's also really hard. So I definitely like admire anybody who's spending their time writing a book and absolutely celebrate every single milestone because you earn it. It's a lot of work. I've published 2 books, technically 3, but I wrote 2 in what was supposed to be a series of 5 when I was very, very young, like when I was a kid, like when I was like 12. And then when I turned 18, I published it. But then I didn't really write the rest of it. So like it was supposed to be a series, and I just sort of fell out of love with it, and I didn't finish writing it. But then I did do a 3rd book, which was kind of like this, not a comic, but a collaboration where my friends and I, who were all writing together, a steampunk world. I will show you the book. I have it over here to that side of me. Let me zoom this out. Zoom this out. There we go. And here it is. So here is the 3rd book that I was talking about. It is 480 pages long, and it is an anthology. So it is a collaboration. It's a collection of stories all written in the same universe by about 20 different people. And I went in and painstakingly gathered all of it, including all of the artwork that everybody drew for or from these stories. So there's a lot of story in here, but there's also a lot of artwork as well. So it is a very, it's one of my favorite things I've ever done. Like, just having this beautiful story that multiple people wrote, and so it was like we all kind of like lived in the same place inside our heads. We all shared the same idea, the same dream, and we all drew artwork of each other's characters. So it's a lot like Art Bite. And it was just an amazing experience to have a book in your head, like a world in your head, but you're not living in your head alone in that story. You're sharing that story with all these other people, and that made it really worth it to do this book. And I actually have a sticky note here on my desk saying work on volume 2, because there is about 7 volumes worth of story and art that we've made over the last 10 years. And I've only done the first book. And so there's about 480 pages times 7, or 7 times over, amount of content that we've made together over the years. And so like, it's a little different than writing a book by yourself. It was writing a book by myself when I wrote my first 2 was a lot different. It was, it's good. It's really good. But I have found, for me personally, I just really enjoy the shared experience a lot better. But that's a personal choice, and some people are different. So to each their own, and just because you like one doesn't mean you can't like the other. You can definitely like both. There's no need to limit yourself. You can have both. The character hate me as their god. Oh, you're talking about the ones you write? Well, if you abuse your characters, then it might happen. Imagine not being as cool as this creator. I don't know who you're talking about. Did I miss like your favorite author or something? You have a book with over 500,000 words and another with 25,000. It is fun. I agree. I think it is fun. I love writing as much as I love drawing, honestly. I think the 2 are very similar. Visual storytelling and lingual storytelling have a lot in common. Couldn't be Perry though, since she is the creator. Imagine not being as cool as this creator. Couldn't be Perry though, since she's the creator. I am not sure what to say to that. Some random guy, I just have multiple voices in my head. I don't remember who said it. I just looked at the quote yesterday, in fact, but I don't remember the person who said it, but somebody said, an author is a world trapped inside a person. And I think that that is so beautifully said, and it is such an accurate statement. And it's also such a wonderful thing. Why isn't anyone else working on the book with you? It's really hard to have that many people getting in and out of the, well, first of all, I'm making it in InDesign, and I don't know if multiple people can, like, it's not like Google Docs where you can all go in and access it live and make changes at the same time. So it would be very hard to pass it back and forth between other people. But also, I'd be afraid that somebody would accidentally delete somebody else's pages, and then you'd have a whole mess of a problem. I wish I could have help on it. It would make it so much easier to do faster, because it takes a long time to do those books. It takes a very long time. Nancy, hello, welcome to the stream. I'm glad to see you. We were just talking about the Loden anthology, the big Loden book that I did a while ago, and working on the second one. I started working on the second one actually just before Art Fight, and I am 300 pages done out of 480 max, according to the printer. Like, the printer will not let me print more than 480 pages, so that's my cutoff for each volume. So 300 out of 480. I'm really close to having the second volume done. I just have to get back to work on it now that Art Fight's over. Logan Feller, and show that everyone is different. Oh, I missed the first thing you said. I think for the next cover of the book, each character has their own design from one creator. So one is cartoony, one is realistic, to highlight the differences in people. I have a page like that in the book, in the first one. Let me show you. Oh boy, it's like story time or share time. I think it's right about, so these are Clockwork Dolls. Let me zoom back out again. So like I said, it's a very steampunk based world. So these are our Clockwork Dolls. These were drawn by Morocco Bolka on DeviantArt, which is where this group started, was DeviantArt. So a lot of our stuff is credited to DeviantArt. But if I go back to, I think it's here, found it. So, oh boy, how can I do this and get it on camera? It's a little crooked, but that's the way I can make it fit on my desk. So here we go, the first generation of roleplay, and these were all the characters drawn by their own writers. So every one of these was drawn by their own creator. Mine is back here, hiding in the back. So that's my character, Katie. And she's in there too, which is really cool because I was there since the very beginning. And it's a beautiful thing. I love it. I could talk about this forever, but I don't want to bore you guys. And then the cover, this was a commission I purchased from a creator called Francesco Etchhart in 2014. Well, it's a little shiny right now, but you can see it down here. It's dated 2014. And these were some of the more long-term players, the characters who'd played for a very long time ended up in here. Except this guy. He actually only was a player in the first generation of the book, but his character he represented an archetype that we didn't have a lot of, so I decided to keep him in here for the commission, just because the representation of what the winged characters can do was kind of important, I felt, to representing the story. But yeah, there's my character again. Then we have like the 5 guilds. We have the Army Guild, we have the Pirate Guild, which is my team down here, Pirate Guild. We have the Assassins up here. We have the Secret Society of Mages, which is these guys up here. And then these 3, the girl with the wrench, the guy with the goggles, and the one flying here, are the Merchants and Mechanics Guild. So there you go, the 5 guilds of the city of Loden. And the Clockwork Dolls got that face. Yeah, the Clockwork Dolls is a big fixture in the Merchants Guild too, because it is steampunk after all, so you're gonna get a lot of really cool inventions coming out of that area. You're so late. Oh, no, you're fine, you're doing great. Welcome to the stream. Art Fight helped give you that push. I'm really glad. that it helped you to like learn or practice animation. ArtFight's so good for like, for really giving yourself permission to try something you might not know how to do well, and to give yourself time to be bad at something just so that you can build up a skill that you don't already have. I learned a lot during ArtFight this year too. I plan on putting out a video really soon. It's like halfway made, just talking about what I learned during ArtFight this year, and like how I'm going to use that information to prepare myself for next year's ArtFight, and like what maybe you can take away from ArtFight too. And so like I'm really trying to put a lot of thought into this video. I want it to be really useful to other people, not just if I drew their character, but even if they just care about ArtFight at all. I want it to be like a good video for everyone. So I hope you guys will watch it when I post it. I'm really trying to make it a good one. And I think ArtFight's amazing. It's like, again, I have such a like passion and a love for collaboration. And I think ArtFight really scratches that itch too, but it's more than that. It's such a great time to learn and get better at art. And to do it with the support and the excitement and like the feedback of others too, right? Like it helps us to help each other stay motivated and to keep pressing forward. I think this pin it's the extra small. I was about to say, I think this pin is too wide to draw this fine line art because I'm like really messing it up. Maybe it's all the coffee I'm drinking. Can you see this? Her bangs are like so shaky. I drew them so shaky, and it's like, man, I wish I had a finer pin, but this is the finest they get. This is the extra small. The text was off topic, but I'm just curious if there's other ways that people build their stories and stuff. What text? What text is off topic? Let me know. Some random guy, I feel like if I output a novel, I can be the only one to illustrate it. That's perfectly fine too. Like your ideas are your ideas, and you don't have to give somebody else any kind of control or ownership of that. If you feel like an idea you have is really precious and you want it to be handled in a specific way, man, I'm really messing up this face. Why? I don't want to mess up this face. Man, is there a way I can I just want to zoom in. Is there a way to fix this? I don't want to mess up this Mia's face. I want Mia to like look every bit as good as all the other characters. Man, maybe I can save it with color. Maybe once it's colored, it'll look fine. Hello, VJ.PJDJ. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Welcome back. We are just doing some line art. We're talking about, well, at this point, we're talking about collaboration slash independent writing, like both sides of the coin. And both sides of the coin are equally valid, and you can do both and enjoy both. And you get to choose, you know, what projects and what ideas are just for you, and what projects and what ideas you want to share and do together. So you said, I find stories and books really interesting because everyone has their own, essentially, and universe that is completely unique to other stories. Has anything happened in the comics since we added the Father Son duo? No, we're just because of ArtFight, I didn't finish what we did last time. It's still, you can kind of see some of these are still in pencil, and none of them are colored because of ArtFight. Okay, like I have a good excuse why these aren't done. We were doing ArtFights all month last month. So the next thing we're gonna do with this comic, and we've been discussing it already today, is decide where we're gonna host the lunch round. So we had the breakfast round on the beach, but that doesn't mean that we have to stay on the beach for lunch and dinner. We can move our characters to a new location. And Castle is a great one. I think I'm really feeling the Castle Courtyard idea. I thought that was a really good one. And then we were talking about maybe doing dinner at like a campfire location. Not like a campfire, not a bonfire on the beach, because we already did the beach, but like a campfire kind of like on the prairie sort of thing. In outer space, says VJ. Maybe like a restaurant in space. Oh man, that would be really cool. I feel like That would be a really awesome, like you could do all kinds of things with big windows and little planets and stuff out the window. I could definitely see that looking really nice. On the ocean, we could do a boat. We could take them all out on a boat. That'd be cool. Although boats are kind of hard to draw. I say this from experience. I've tried to draw quite a few boats. I have an obsession with water and with being seaside or lakeside, and boats especially. Not because I was in the Navy. That love of water and love of boats predates my Navy days. If anything, I would have expected the Navy to sort of like murder my love of water, but it didn't. But like, let me see. I drew... When was the last time I drew a boat? Let me see. I think I have... I can't remember necessarily when the last time I drew a boat was, but I definitely know I drew one here. So like, you move this. You can kind of see it's an airship, so it's got like the big bubble up here, and then like the side of the ship here and the plank to get on. And then over here we have ourselves. And this is like, I mean, I drew this, maybe 7 years ago, so it's really outdated art. I could maybe do better now, but I remember this being really hard. So portholes, again, all the planks. We're inside now. We're seeing a little bit of an interior bulkhead here. We have ourselves, like, here's a little bit of a better look. We've got like some stairs leading down to a lower deck. All of the wood paneling leading to these medical doors. So yeah, just a lot of texture and a lot of wood, for sure, a lot of wood. Unless you're doing like a more modern ship, in which case you're probably gonna see a lot of metal. Oh yeah, I know where else I've drawn ships. I did my Zombie Chiefs comic. That was my very first comic, and because we were on a boat in that comic, there was a lot of... the whole thing took place on a ship, on a military vessel. So yeah, a lot of drawing boats. A ton of drawing boats, now that I think about it. Let's see. Sorry, I spelled dessert wrong. Is there a dessert round? If we had like a tie during the dinner round, which we could do, we can like metagame it and force a tie for the dessert round, or for the dinner round. Then we could go into like a tiebreaker round for dessert. So, and then some random guy asked if the king can realize he's seasick. Oh no, that would be bad considering the king is a bird. A duck even. He's meant to be on the water. It'd be pretty bad for him to be seasick. So yeah, if we do a tiebreaker, because we have 3 teams right now going into the lunch round. Once the lunch round team is eliminated, there will be 2 left for dinner. So that'll be head-to-head for dinner. And that means the only way to get to dessert round is if we had a tie in dinner, but it's doable. We could have a tie in the dinner round and then go on to a dessert round for sure. There are options. Okay, so then we could maybe do the space round for dessert. Yeah, I like that idea. Okay, so our lineup right now is, we're talking Castle Courtyard for lunch, Campfire for dinner, and then outer space for dessert. Or, I missed one. We had mentioned being on a boat. That was also an option. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. Of course, now that I said I gotta sneeze, I'm not gonna sneeze. I'm just gonna think about sneezing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so. Find friends to solve the mystery of his village and how to fix it before it spreads. I'm assuming, Logan, that you're talking about... Okay, yeah, if I back up one more, I can read it. The book you're writing is called Shadow at the Edge of Eternity. That is a great name. Follows a 16-year-old named Callum, who has a tragic backstory, forcing him to go out in the open sea. Find friends to solve the mystery, yeah, of his village and how to fix it before it spreads. Moss says Prestine would probably hate you because she's the first one to die in a story no matter what. She's doomed, which also sucks because her life is linked with Belle's, another OC of yours. No, it's okay to talk about your OCs. That's totally fine. That's all we do here is draw OCs. These are all your characters. None of these characters are my characters. These are all your characters, 100% your characters, so it's fine. This is literally the place for OCs. Moss, imagine if on the dessert round they are on top of a cake like the Peach's birthday cake map in Mario Party. Like the king, queen, and prince, like sitting up on top of their like tower of frosting. Like, yeah, I could see that. Go very Mario world with that. And then some random guy says that their character was small even as a 10-year-old. Well, I think in general 10-year-olds are small, compared to adults at least. But yeah, maybe. But they're immortal now, I see what you're saying. So they're immortal in 10 and look super young. Understandably so. You love the character lineup. Thank you, Pilfer. Yeah, these are like the new team arrangements. That's why we're redoing character lineups, because we've added new characters to the 3 teams. So we have to like, again, establish who's working with who. And that's what these 3 panels are gonna do. Moss is actually, according to Perry, all of these OCs are mine now. No, don't say that. I didn't give away anybody's characters. You're trying to set me up for trouble. Logan, you should make a section in your Discord channel where we can post our finished regular books so people who are interested from streaming can find them. I do have that. So if you look under Sharing is Caring, there is a place called Your Literature. That's where regular stories go. So like, stories that aren't like comics or that aren't like just drawings can go in the Sharing is Caring, and it's a section called Your Literature, and that's for your books. Yeah, go ahead and share your stories there. Absolutely. All right, so now that I've talked forever, I forget what she was wearing. I know she has kind of like puffy sleeves. Yeah, puffy sleeves. She's got her kind of like European train conductor hat, and it looks like it's a round neck collar. No, it's like a V collar, but it's not a sharp V. It's a soft V neck collar. So we're gonna just kind of, wow, again, I let the pin dry from this. Oh my gosh, I'm just destroying this character. I'm gonna grab a new pin. This is not fair what it's doing to this character right now. Can we make this look better? Can I fix it? Will this pin help? Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm destroying this character. I feel so bad. Do we have one? Maybe the 0.8? I haven't used these Artist Loft micron pens since school, which means they're probably dry by now. We'll try this one. So if we come out here, we're gonna give her sort of like puffy sleeves, but they're short sleeves. But there we go. We did it. We pulled it off. And this pin is way finer than the one I was using. I should have switched sooner, because then I could have saved a lot of mistakes that were conducted on the face. But you know what? We didn't finish the face, which means I can still come in here and add the smile. And I'm gonna have to just do so much with color to make this better. So hopefully that can be achieved. Because oh boy, did I really do a number here. Maybe once I erase the pencil too, though, I might be able to like recoup some of the damage. You should hold up your unposted books hang on, what? I could send something about flicking escargot at the teacher in detention. Some random guy, I said she was sadistic. You're talking about your 10-year-old character? Yeah, I saw that part. I don't know if I read it out loud. Logan Feller, you should hold up unposted books hostage until you hit a certain sub-goal. Man, do I have any unposted content though? I think because I've had my Linktree out for a while, anybody that was interested in my books would have already had access to them. Now, whether or not they knew they existed might be a whole other story. So maybe they didn't even know the books were there to find or to read. It's possible. Do I even have... Honestly, do I even have copies? I know Nancy does, if she's still in the chat, but she doesn't have a camera. You guys can see. Do I have copies of my own books, or are they all packed away? Yeah, I'm not saying them. I don't even think I have my own books out. Can somebody feed the king a food he has an allergy to, then immediately lose? Oh my gosh, the conspiracies. Oh my goodness. Though, hey, that would actually be really interesting to try and see where that takes the story. If somebody really did try to like poison the king, oh man, what would happen? I kind of don't want to do line art right now because I feel like I've already like risked it all here. Maybe it's time to do some coloring. I feel like, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like we've already settled on our next location. I think we're all sort of unanimous on the castle courtyard, right? And I'm just, oh, that looks so much better. Okay, erasing the pencil marks. Oh, you guys can't see that. I erased the pencil marks, and honestly, it's salvageable. It's okay. I didn't destroy it to the point of needing a whiteout pen. So, I mean, there's always whiteout, you know. But let's see. My main character Callum is currently drafted in the sea and has now found land. Let's go. Yeah, if you've got that momentum to keep writing, keep writing. Absolutely. It's so hard sometimes to find motivation that once you have it, you gotta take advantage of it, you know, like use it. I forgot I have to keep an eye on the time because I have D&D this afternoon. And I have to get ready because I have to level up my character and I haven't done that yet. So let's see. We're gonna do a poll. And a poll's gonna say lunch around at the castle courtyard. Yay or nay? And you guys get to vote. This is just a yes or no. I'm not giving you other options. We're just gonna see if we're unanimous, if we agree on doing the location that I think we agree on doing. So I just wanna make sure. I don't know what the Metallica reference is, I'm sorry. I enjoy Metallica, but I'm not like a big enough fan that I would know any intricacies of like the fandom or get like probably any references. Okay, so also, oh boy, so like I don't think we've ever colored her in this comic, right? Only on her trading card. That means we can use her new color scheme because, believe it or not, this character has adapted, is that the word I'm looking for? Has changed since I initially put her in the book. In fact, this outfit is a little bit incorrect at this point because the shirt's supposed to be tucked in, if I'm not mistaken, not out like this. Like this blazer has a winged hem. Pretty sure, but it's kind of like, now it's like tucked like this, like it is here. That's like the new way that this character is designed, but also the colors changed. But I've already updated it on the stream trading cards, so that's good. Question is, not question, why did I think there was a question? There is a question, but it's in the poll, and it looks like we're 60% yay, 40% nay right now. Would you look at those likes? Oh, how are we doing? We're at 12. Thank you guys so much for liking the stream. That's amazing. I appreciate that. Thank you. Why do I feel like it's gonna be 100% yes? But it's not though. You guys are like really divided, I think, on this. 67% yay, 33% say nay. So we have ourselves Gasp who thinks nay, right? What are the alternatives? Some guy says set sail to the sea but pull off course by the light of golden treasure. That's Unforgiven 3. Logan Fowler, I want one of my books to get so popular someone wants to make a movie about it. Yeah, I think everybody kind of aspires to see their work embraced like that. I don't think that that's a quirk. I think that that's like a natural reaction to creating something you care about and creating something you're passionate about. 2/3 said yes. Yeah, and 1/3 said no. Wow, that's quite the fractions there. Just learn some animation and then do it. Your own movie. That single-handed animation is a lot of work. And when you're dividing your talents among so many projects or so many roles, you're actually you're at a risk of diminishing the outcome. And I don't say this to be a naysayer. I'm saying this as a encouragement to embrace teamwork. And I've seen this in indie film, right? Like, I've done a lot of work in indie film before I went like pro, for lack of a better word, like before I joined the industry professionally. And I've seen a lot of people who just wanted to do it all themselves. They acted in their own film, they directed their own film, they wrote their own film, they edited their own film. They did all the work, they did all the parts. But they got sloppy, and not because they weren't trying hard. They tried very, very hard, but you get tired, you get distracted, you start allocating energy, time, and effort into different buckets, and you can't give your 100% to any part of it because you literally cannot if you're doing more than one or two roles. And so I've watched people with really good ideas, really good intentions, sell themselves short by trying to do everything. I think embracing teamwork is ultimately better for your mental health, better for your ability to focus on one thing that you really want to do, like the one part that you feel the most passionate about, and do it well. Like, if you're the writer, here's a great example. Don't do what I did when I wrote my indie films. Don't write it, and then because you're also the producer and you're also the director and you're also the editor, then jump into those other jobs. You need to write, review, revise, review again, like get feedback from like a reading panel, and then revise again. If you just jump in and produce the writing that you wrote without revising because you're too worried about those other hats that you have to wear, those other jobs you have to do, and I know this from experience, from doing this myself, your work is gonna suffer. Some of the things that I wrote and produced, some of the indie films that I did had real potential to be really good, but they fell short because I was trying to do too many things and I didn't give my time and attention to the writing that I should have. And I say this with love for my projects. I absolutely love what I made, but I could have done better, and I know that. And in hindsight, I realized the problem was just not giving the time and attention and 100% of what I had to give to one job and do it the best that I could do it because I was too busy trying to do too many jobs. And same thing with folks who try to act in their own stuff. They're writing it, they're directing it, and they're acting in it. And the problem becomes, especially if you're also your own editor, the problem becomes your bias and your insecurities about yourself get in the way. You might cut a scene in a way that's less impactful because you didn't like the way you looked in it. You might change the way you edit because you didn't like how you looked. Or you might write a character in a way that is insufferable just because you wanted to be the one to get to say certain lines, and you make your character actually unlikable because you're too busy trying to be a Chad, you know? So I've seen a lot of like, gosh, I don't know how I got on this tangent, but the point is, long story short, let me cut myself off here. Embrace teamwork. It's okay to just do one thing. You don't have to be the auteur, right? You don't have to be the one-stop shop. Working together with other people lets you be your best self. Some random guy chat. Yeah, I can't work in a team. I already have two people inside my head. And you can't rush a good job. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Logan, gasp, I thought of the perfect name for my character's village, Seabreeze Harbor. Let's go. Congrats, good job. It's so good to have those moments of like inspiration and like just the light bulb goes off in your head. Oh my goodness, my headphones died and I have to wait. Be right back. Okay, we'll see you when you get back, Moss. Pilfer, yeah, burnout, it's a thing. It's real. And you can't, Bing says, I can and I will do everything myself because I've got to grind. Bing, it's not always like, I mean, yeah, okay, so there's the other side of the coin too, right? Like, obviously be willing to do some work. Be willing to grind and push yourself. And it's not always going to be fun. It's going to become work at some point. So don't like just offload all the parts you don't like on somebody else because your team will not appreciate that. You have to be willing to show them that you're able to work harder and longer on your own ideas than you would ever force anybody else to do. Because again, well, I didn't say this, so it's not an again, but let me say it for the first time now. Lead by example. I had a really beautiful, wonderful team of 30 people working for me on my indie films because they wanted to be there. I didn't force them. I didn't even, until my last film that I didn't even have funds to hire anybody. It wasn't until the last film that I was able to pay people. But they just wanted to be a part of it. And I think a big part of it was lead by example. I was willing to do so much work and to make the load as light as I could for other people working with me and for me. And to respect their goals and to, you know, try to help them in the direction they wanted to go, not just the direction I wanted them to go. So it's all about, like, I don't know. It's about the big picture. You can't just be in it for yourself when you're working on your ideas. It might be your idea, but if you want other people to care about your idea, you have to care about them. And that is not even what I thought we were going to talk about on stream today, so I don't know how we got here. What happened to all the hot cocoa? Were we talking about hot chocolate? How did it get so serious? What happened? Oh, goodness. Okay, let's look at this poll. I think with the majority leaning, like, we have a 2/3 lead on yay for Castle Courtyard, that we are going to do Castle Courtyard. I'm going to go ahead and end our poll here. And then we're going to, yeah, there we go. So there are our results. We're doing Castle Courtyard. It is the majority votes for our lunch round. When it comes to dinner round, though, and dessert round, we will, of course, vote again on stream so that everybody that came to the stream gets to choose, because that is the nature of this series, this comic collab series. You guys decide. This is your story. I'm just the instrument that draws it. No, don't say Perry Chad. Let's not hashtag that. I don't want to be a Chad. Actually, LIC. I don't know what LIC is. Oh no, you guys really I'm so glad you guys are really interested in this conversation. There's so much for me to read. Thank you. Thank you for being so invested. Bing says your advice applies to everyone but you. Oh, okay, Bing. All right, well, talk to me in a few years on how that works out for you. Summertime Guy, believe me, my sadistic main character is at times worse than the villain. We call that an anti-hero, my love. Logan Fowler says, I have the motivation to write because I make myself laugh by being purposefully overhyped by inspiration and how good I think it is, and it doesn't make it boring. That's good. Be your own biggest cheerleader. I know that the phrase is everyone's their own worst critic, right? But don't let that be the only voice in your headspace. You need the cheerleader in your headspace too. You need to be your biggest cheerleader. If you're going to be your worst critic, you need to be your biggest cheerleader. Don't let you stop you. Does that make sense? Support yourself. I mean, I want everybody to have support and a social support net to provide them the security net that they need and the support that they need and the just the help that they need, but also support yourselves, support your own dreams, be your own biggest cheerleader, always. By doing that, you have those goofy moments where you're always happy. I'm glad for that. I'm happy you have that. Loving your insight on the topic. Thank you. I appreciate that, Puffer. I'm glad that it's not a waste and I'm not boring you guys. That's so good to know. Summertime Guy, Employee of the Month, coffee. Yeah, Employee of the Year, coffee. Let's go ahead and just give them the full year. Let's fill the wall, January to December, with coffee for Employee of the Month. Feel for Pup Draws, Bing's like, talk to the hand, I'm a solo game. Yeah, I hear it. I hear you, Bing. I disagree, but I hear you. Speaking of teamwork and comics, I actually just recently reached out to someone who you all may or may not know, but I will wait until they decide if they want to be public with their choice on whether or not to involve themselves in my comic. But I am expanding. I am just trying to do some teamwork on my webtoon. And I'm hoping that by having someone help me with it, that I'll be able to do better drawings. Again, don't spread yourself too thin. I have 2 YouTube channels, and I'm trying to take my webcomic out of hiatus. That's a lot to do with a full-time job that's 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. I know that my comic has suffered, not just from the hiatus, but from me only having about a day, only a day, to do each chapter. And so my chapters have been kind of sloppy, personal opinion, and I want help. And I'm thinking about getting, I'm talking to someone about doing colors and sharing sort of like the labor. Doing the colors for me allows me to stop thinking and worrying about how much time I have for color and just put more work into the drawings and make it look better. So I'll keep you guys updated on that and how like the collaboration goes there, if my webtoon can like grow and become collaborative. So we'll see how it goes. But for anybody that is following or is interested in seeing my webtoon, it is out of hiatus. It is already out of hiatus, and there are some new chapters up on the webtoon. Link is in my Discord, and the link is in my link tree. Let me see if the link is in my description. Oh, how do I see that? I don't know how to see that. Actually, I have no idea how to look at my description. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, under published artwork. The link to my webtoon is in the description. So again, if you're interested, you like comics, you're curious to see how I'm doing it, and you're interested in making your own comics, hit me up. I love talking about this stuff, and we're making one together here. But if you're thinking about making one yourself, like off stream, your own comic, I've got some experience. I've got some highs and some lows, some ups, some downs, some hurdles, some brick walls I've run into, you know, like all kinds of things that I can talk to you about, the good, the bad. Bing, will you ever stream making your webtoon? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I didn't think anybody'd be interested. If you guys are interested in seeing me stream making a chapter of my webtoon, let me know. Because I honestly never considered it. I didn't think it would be interesting. But let me know if that's something you're interested in seeing. I did put out one video about my webtoon process, about the mistakes I learned that I was making. And I have half of a new webtoon video edited, and I'm working on that. So I'm going to put that out soon too. So I've got more webtoon comment coming. But if you guys are interested in something like that, just let me know. Because I have, like, let's talk about it in the Discord. If you would like to see a stream where we just work on making a chapter of a webtoon, we can totally do that. My book is perfect first try, because on a separate Google document, I lay out in simplistics what the first chapter is going to be. The names, titles, refined in the actual book's Google Doc. I will say there's some people who have a natural talent for just like, they have an idea and they just start writing and it all connects. It all clicks together as they go. It's called building the train as it's moving or building the plane as it's taking off. And it's not everybody that has that gift, but some people do. Some people inherently just know how to connect the dots before they can see them. They can't always see the dots, but they have like this leap of faith where every time they take a leap, they land on their feet. Like they're lucky, or they're intuitive. It's probably intuition. They're very intuitive, and they can connect the dots as they're coming, even if, yeah, like, Pilfer says, literally me, you feel your way through. Yeah, so exactly. Pilfer's that person that has that intuition and can just make it flow, which is amazing. I think that's a beautiful thing. And if you're embracing your creativity and using that natural gift, making the most of it, you know, like there's a lot of satisfaction to be had in that. Like, I think absolutely pursue that, use that, and be proud of yourself. Have satisfaction in the work that you do. Some random guy says, I'm like that scene in Johnny English where he follows the road in the helicopter. I don't know what movie that is. I'm sorry. Maybe somebody else got it though in the reference in the chat. Logan Fowler, Callum, my character, is now on the land he saw and now sees smoke potentially. You got so much writing done during this stream. You got on the boat and off the boat during this stream. You are a writing machine. That is intense. Congratulations, by the way. I'm so proud of you for getting so much done today. Son Random Guy says, hi again, hello and welcome back, and allow me to change the song because I don't want to compete with the lyrics. Actually, it is almost 11 o'clock, and like I said, I've got D&D this morning that I need to get to, so I have to call the stream here. But I am so glad that you guys helped me to brainstorm our next steps and the next stream, when we come back, will be on a brand new page. You guys will be looking at a blank page when we come in next time we stream. And we will be making brand new panels from scratch. We obviously know what we're doing. We're doing the courtyard. But other than that, it's all up to you. You guys decide what happens in the courtyard. So next stream, brand new page, fresh start, your guys' choice. So it's 100% the roll of dice with you guys on the next one. So come back for that stream. If I look at the schedule, and I can because I do have a schedule, let me look at it. I'm clicking around so I can get to the schedule. Oh man, I've posted so many updates since then. The next stream is on the 27th. So again on Sunday, the 27th. Be back here. We will fill this in, all right? And I am so glad that you guys came here today. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys later, okay? And thanks for the conversation. It's been such a good conversation today. Thank you guys all for being here, for making this morning very lively, and I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you next time, okay? Bye!